you were telling me off camera that you got to watch Eternals.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, I'm sure everyone, if you just follow any news, everyone's like ripped Eternals to shreds. I didn't watch it on cinema. I found a cool download and stuff. Siri is listening. Anyway.
Special guest appearance, right? Siri.
But yeah, dude, so again, just long story short, like, I don't think it's as bad as everyone has been pointing out. Like, I think it's a total normal watch. It's definitely one of Marvel's weaker movies, but I think what they're setting up, like, globally, there's a few things that, to me, that they got really cool and right. One is, I'm sure you've heard by now, they set up the Celestials. And just the scale that they do them on, like, dude, like the humans are like this, and like they look like the Celestials around planets, like their and I don't want to give too much away, but maybe, I don't know. Are you okay with me spoiling some things here and there?
Go for it. I am going to watch it, but I'm not
because
chomping to watch it.
I don't know that much about the comics, but maybe you can comment on, you know, the how they twisted things. So basically, they play out this thing that the Eternals get called out every now and then, and they get put on Earth to sort out deviants. And
correct. And the way it was done, in fact, Neil Gaiman did a whole run on it, where they almost like lie dormant. It's like a whole birth and reincarnation kind of thing, and then they're almost lying dormant in these bodies that they're at, and then an event, deviant appearance or whatever, or a celestial appearance, sparks this whole reawakening, if you like, of their eternal powers that they've got and who they actually are, etc. And it's been happening since the dawn of time, and that's where they were mistaken for some of the great gods of mythology.
So they play into that quite a lot. They do change small things. I don't want to talk forever about that, but in general, what I did find, dude, is like they try to do the typical Marvel humor, like when something gets too serious, they break the ice. And I found some of the comedy like ill-timed. I don't mean that in like a pussy way. Like, I just mean like, I don't know. It's like it wasn't funny. I'm like, oh, ha ha. Okay, it's supposed to be funny.
Got you.
So they and understand that it's like, I mean, it's what they're talking about is of epic proportions. So they've got to break the ice somehow. But essentially, what they did do, which I don't know if you're going to like or not, is they used, obviously they're tying everything in. So what they did is that you find out that when Thanos did the snap and got rid of half the life, when they redid the snap, there's so much energy that's like projected back into the earth. You find out that even the Eternals now this is where I don't know if it's comic book accurate. The Eternals themselves didn't know that the Celestials put them there basically to kill the deviants, because all they're doing is the earth is basically being eaten up to create a new Celestial.
Yes.
So they can go and create. So
I'm trying to remember who did that. I don't know if it was Gaiman or if Gaiman followed on from that idea. There was a story in Marvel called Earth X, and it was like I think even Alex Ross did covers and or artwork for it. And that story was a little bit in the future, not the same Marvel universe that we are aware of. And there were some epic scenes in there, dude. Like in that story, there's a scene where they need to call stuff's happening on Earth, deviants and things mutations are running rampant, and it's like deviant genes coming out. They don't know why. And I remember that Black Bolt flies up into space, literally sacrifices himself, but screams for help. And this Black Bolt scream is so powerful that it actually penetrates and travels the vacuum of space. And we don't know who he called, but he actually screams out Galactus.
Oh, heck.
And out of like the far end of the universe comes Galactus to help Earth survive this, because they do discover that it's actually an egg birthing a Celestial. And the way the whole story went is the metahumans, captain, anyone who gets superpowers, they get them on Earth to potentially protect. It's almost like antibodies protecting this embryo inside this egg, the Celestial that's busy birthing over time.
That's more epic than the movie. I didn't know that.
And then, dude, the twist that happens is when Galactus arrives to fight, the Celestials come with him, but he is not normal Galactus now, what actually happens in the comic, and you don't, they'd have to do a whole backstory, but Franklin Richards, Reed Richards' son, his reality changing, warping powers get to such a scope that he becomes Galactus, the new Galactus.
Okay.
And he actually commands the Celestials. That's how powerful he comes. And yeah, at the end, he explains why this was happening and that this is actually an egg birthing a new Celestial to be blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And that was the purpose.
So
yeah.
I mean,
so it's
I will
it's
defend
not bad.
them, but they've obviously done it a way more toned down version.
Sure.
But like, again, visual effects are really cool. There's one point where the Celestials starting to, and like literally the hands coming out of the ocean, dude, and one finger is the size of like an iceberg. So it's like, you know, but there is, and they got a character called Icarus, which I don't know, but he's like basically like in
Icarus is the main guy out of all the Eternals. The most, almost like a Superman in a way.
So, and what I will give them, what's the name on, is that they played like funny with that pretty well. So I've lost my words tonight, but like there's one kid that walks by and's like, "You're Superman, aren't you?" Like in a Marvel movie.
Okay, that's cute.
So
yeah. So Icarus is basically there's Superman, and then there's a speedster.
Yeah, she's in the. It's a she in the movie.
Okay. So there's
Angelina Jolie is Athena, god of war.
Right. Okay.
There's a dude that's like a god of like technology kind of.
Right. Okay.
And there's a couple others. But again, like, dude, it wasn't a terrible movie. They could have definitely done better. But like I said, I think what they've set up and like the implications, they also, again, I don't know if you're going to watch it, but the copy I had, it cut off the end credit scene, so I had to Google it. But they set up Black Knight, which is, what's Jon Snow's name, that famous actor?
I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
I'll put on the screen. Kit Harington.
Okay. So is he the Black Knight?
Yeah, and he's going to be the new Black Knight. And they like, what's the name? And what's really cool is, as it's ending, he's wrapping the ebony blade, and he's kind of considering it because obviously he must have some idea of it. And then off screen, new blade says, "Are you sure you want to do that?"
The new guy that they've cast as Blade. Oh, nice. Okay.
And
cool.
then it's like cut. So
that's
they're tying in like so many like different things, which is.
That's super sick. Okay.
So
I am going to watch it.
Yeah, so it's, like I said, it's worth that. I've got nothing to do. Let me put it on and watch it kind of thing. But yes, it wasn't like blockbuster. It doesn't come close to Spider-Man. Like,
so I like I said, I can't remember if it was Gaiman's idea that Earth is an egg of a Celestial or whoever wrote Earth X, if it was his idea. I can't remember. But yes, that was the basic premise. So yeah, I'll give it a watch for that to see them and how they're portraying it and bringing it.
Yes,
all
I will warn you. There is some things that are a little bit cheesy, and you're just like, it's not funny. It's cheesy, but
okay.
But the premise of the movie, like I said, I think Marvel might have done that on purpose, being like, let's take a little bit of a hit, but we're going to set up all this future, like things that can have like trickle down effects, kind of thing. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, totally. Okay. Yeah, look, I'm down. I'm down to watch it. So, if you had to give it a rating,
6 or 7 out of 10, but we do 5. Hey, so I'd say
how many Infinity Stones would you give it? 3.5 Infinity Stones. One broke when Thanos was pulling it out of Vision's head. Okay, that's not bad. So entertaining, but not mind blowing.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think it was absolutely horrific like people were like making it out to be.
Okay.
And I'm keen to see, maybe you'll be like, no, dude, what were you thinking? And I'm keen to have that conversation.
Like a Wonder Woman part 2.